Every action starts with a thought. This is what guides us and helps us deal with life on its own terms. When we have to make decisions, we use our faculty of the brain to think and reason about what we are facing so we can come to some positive conclusion that is most beneficial to ourselves and hopefully to those around us. It doesn't matter what our station in life may be, we all use the same avenue that allows us to make decisions by what we experience, see or hear. If we think bad thoughts, bad things happen to us. If we think good thoughts, good things happen to us. When you first purchase a computer, you have the hardware that allows it to function the way it was intended. You have the box the CPU is stored in, the monitor, keyboard, mouse, CD or DVD drive, and hard drive. Everything is there and in place. There is one problem, though. Without the operating system, that computer is worthless. The operating system is a set of written code, or instructions if you will, that controls all the hardware on your system. As soon as the operating system is installed on your computer, suddenly it works and you can now use it for whatever your purpose was when you turned it on. Plus, you can add more programming to it so it can perform all sorts of different functions besides the basics it came with. When you perform a task, you are doing it without thinking about what the computer is doing. However, the computer is constantly sending electronic signals back and forth just so you can use that software. You are not conscious of it, but it works. The mind works the same way. You have the conscious mind, which as stated before is our current state of awareness. This is where we receive images and hear sounds that are interpreted as thoughts in our consciousness. If you compare the conscious to the computer, the conscious would be a text editor. You bring it up on your screen and start typing a document. As we type the words on the screen, we are constantly making decisions as to what to say, if the format is right, the spelling is correct, etc. In our brain, our conscious is the decision maker to a degree. It takes in all our input and tells the subconscious when to go to work to process that input. After the subconscious mind does what it needs to do, the conscious mind reacts to the results the subconscious mind produces, then decides what to do next and feeds that information to the subconscious for processing. If you compare the subconscious mind to the computer, it is the operating system. It contains all our memory, habits, beliefs, personality, and more. The subconscious mind also controls the body. It will store information and act on it. The subconscious acts on whatever it is given by using predefined instructions, just as an operating system does, that basically tells it what to do and how to do it. Of course, the body itself is the output of the computer, or the screen. It responds to the programming by doing or reacting to what was intended by the subconscious mind. And what is awesome about this whole endeavor is that it does all this automatically. Subconscious programming is not done simply by thoughts that are repeated over and over on a consistent basis. Instead, it involves neurological patterns that occur within our cellular structure. And since our bodies are made up of millions of cells, whatever is in our subconscious mind can affect our health for good or bad. This is why if we are to try to change our lives, we need to do more than change our thoughts, we have to go deeper than that and change our programming. Changing our programming involves many series of steps and processes that will be discussed in this ebook. The main point to remember here is that our cellular level has to change if we want our bodies and our lives to change. There are two ways in which we can reprogram ourselves. The first way is what scientists call the quantum leap method. This is when you get a conscious awareness of some extreme event that literally changes your thoughts and attitudes. The other way to reprogram our minds is through repetition and reinforcement. It is not just a matter of saying a word or phrase over and over again. You must perform some technique that will break that barrier that prevents certain thoughts or signals from gaining entry into the subconscious area. It is like learning a new skill. Unless you are a genius or extremely intelligent, you have to practice that skill for a time until you have it so ingrained in your mind that it becomes a part of you or becomes second nature, because the repetition has entered your subconscious mind and is now working from here. If you ever bought subliminal tapes, you will find they work because the signals or thoughts do not push into that barrier. Instead, the signals go directly into the subconscious and plant themselves there. And as the thoughts are being directed to you, your subconscious mind collects these thoughts and retains them, and locks them away in your memory banks forever. You will learn techniques that will help you to change your mindset and alter your subconscious programming so that you can change your way of thinking and live life the way you intend. You will become educated on how the human mind works, and you will see how much power the human mind has. This will help guide you in the right direction so you'll have a better understanding as to the proper way to alter your subconscious mind. Anthony Robbins said it best when he mentioned in one of his audio recordings that people live in a comfort zone. Whether it is good or bad, they live in a zone that they are familiar with. What may seem to us as pain is pleasure to them. If this description fits you, the only way to turn your life around is to be convinced that your pain is not pleasure but pain. This will force you to want change. This can be done with subconscious programming. But the initial stage has to be set, and that begins with you. You are the one who has to decide to change. No one else can make that decision for you. It really depends on how badly you want change. If you are tired of living in your pain but want to live in peace, joy, pleasure, and have a good life, you need to alter your thoughts, and those altered thoughts will in turn lead you to change, which will in the end change your feelings. Your life will actually take on a new meaning, and you'll be grateful you took the step forward.